Morning everyone, and welcome to the small town of Clapham in the Yorkshire Dales for a hike that I've been anticipating for a very long time. Heading up to Gaping Gill today, which is basically a 100-metre deep cave that you get winched down into. It has a waterfall that falls into it. Looks absolutely epic. So I've got about an hour's walk to go up to the cave, get winched down into it. I'll show you some footage from the track. It's a beautiful day out, walking alongside this little creek. And this is the way to the start of the trail. It's pretty busy, bank holiday Monday. That's what we find. Basically right at the trailhead here, nice little waterfall called Clapham Falls, which I think is kind of man-made, but still pretty. So I had to go through a little ticket office, paid £2.50 to do the trail, which isn't really too bad. And then off on the walk, which is meant to be a gentle incline, about 3 miles to get to Gaping Gill. On the way you pass Ingleborough Cave, which is a pretty popular attraction, although you have to pay, I think, £13, so I didn't bother. Basically this whole initial section, pass by a lake and then going through this nice forested area. There's sort of a creek just off to the right, which sounds like there's some little waterfalls down there, although no access down to creek level. Very pretty trail, to be honest, and I reckon we're going to be climbing above the tree line soon as well. But this initial section is certainly nice in the bush. So just coming through a gate now and into the open pastures. Really pretty views up to those sort of cliffs up there. Still along this little creek. I'm actually not sure what it's called, but it's very pretty. So this is the entrance to Ingleborough Cave. Lots of signage around Gaping Gill. So basically halfway there. We've done about 2 k's, about 2 more k's to go. So it's pretty much 4 k's each way. Just entering this kind of cool little gorge type thing, which kind of runs to its end there, and you have to climb through that little narrow slot. Very unusual. Still just heading up. Probably in hindsight, good day to wear sunscreen, which I have not done. It is very, very exposed out here. Basically just end up following along these sort of stone walls. Boxes the trail in. And some very upset sheep. You can just start to see the tents up ahead where the, I think it's the Bradford Pothole Club set up the winch for this week every year. Really just beautiful, wide open views. And not far away now. Here's the setup in all its glory. Just to the hole. It's a long way down. Well, all booked in for the winch. However, a bit of a rude shock. It's a 3-hour wait. Oh, well, okay, what do you do for 3 hours? I also didn't bring food, which is a very bad decision. Now that I have to wait another 3 hours. But I figure I may as well make the most of it and go hike up a mountain. So I'm going to head up Ingleborough. Actually don't have any idea how long it's meant to take, but I've got a lot of time, so may as well use it. So we're going to head up the mountain. Well, this is a hell of a climb. Just up and up and up, but the views are just getting better and better. Now a long way above all those tiny little tents down there. can hear me. I thought it was going to be the summit, but actually so much further up that way. And I can't bother hiking any further up because that was already a fairly decent climb. And it looks like there's about the same men again, so I'm going to call that a day, I reckon. Still get some nice views up here. I'm going to hike back down towards Gaping Gill and maybe even further down because I'm getting a bit hungry. So I might get some lunch before heading to the cave. Well, this 3 hours is feeling like a very long time. It's been about 2 hours so far. I've ended up going back down to the Ingleborough Show Cave to get some food because they've got like a little refreshment sort of stand, little shop there, just with like music bars and chocolate and ice cream and all that kind of stuff. To give you some idea, I'm here on the Monday bank holiday, so probably close to the busiest day. Maybe the Saturday and Sunday would be similar. They run the winch until Friday, but they shut at like 12 on Friday, so basically until Thursday. I got to the actual cave, or to Gaping Gill, at about 10:45. So really you want to be there very early if you can, or probably a better idea is just go on a different day. Unfortunately, I couldn't go a different day. This is the only day I had free. But yeah, and to be honest, I reckon if you arrived much after I did, they'd probably turn you away because, I mean, I was number 135. There's a lot of bloody people to stand up and down this 100-metre winch. Well, down in the chamber now, this place is absolutely ridiculous. The scale of what is down here is hard to comprehend. It's like, it looks endless just looking up the towering waterfall. It's unbelievable. Even though it's pretty dry relative to how it normally would be, it is still amazing. It's sort of the main section of falls and then like a secondary one a little further on. And I've seen photos when there's more water, there's another third fall as well. But I don't reckon photos will look justice because it sort of looks a bit puny. But when you're actually in here, like the visual effect is outrageous. But hopefully the photos turn out. We'll see how we go. Well, heading back down on the trail now, it's kind of indescribable how amazing that place is. I've never seen anything like it, obviously. You don't see 100-metre waterfalls into caves very often. As I mentioned, it was very dry. It hasn't rained in about 3 weeks. So what you saw in the video here is probably, you know, a quarter of what it would be in a normal year, keeping in mind that it's the same weekend every year that they do it in late May, which is still spring, so you'd think a lot of years there'd be a fair bit of rain around still. But nevertheless, definitely worth it. I mean, I had to wait nearly 4 hours, which wasn't ideal, so as I mentioned, probably come not on the bank holiday or get here very early. But even with that wait, I still say it was worth it. £15 it costs the winch, which is very reasonable, I thought. And yeah, an hour each way walking, maybe a bit longer. It took me just under an hour coming in at a fairly quick pace, so say an hour and a half to be generous. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Well, welcome to 2.5 months in the future. It's now August 11th and I'm back for round 2 of Gaping Gill. if you watch my video, which obviously you have because it's the same video, you'll see that it was quite dry when I went in May because we had a very dry May. July though has been very wet, so I'm back. The Bradford Pothole Club runs the week in May around the bank holiday, and then the Craven Pothole Club runs the winch for a week in August, in like the mid-August bank holiday weekend. So I thought, have another crack, make it back up here. The next thing you'll see will be the inside of the cave with hopefully a fair bit more water flowing through.